Hey y'all, my name is Brianna. Welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be telling you guys why I think the Apple iPhone upgrade program is not the best option compared to just straight out buying the brand new iPhone, and also telling you guys a story time about how me doing that program really cost me a big financial mistake. So before we get into it, this video is just my personal opinion. At the end of the day, it's your money, do what's best for you, but I'm just going to be sharing why I think it's better to just straight up buy the new iPhone versus doing this month-to-month payment plan. Okay, so if you don't know what Apple's iPhone upgrade program is, basically whenever there's a new iPhone, you're able to trade in your current phone for the brand new one. All you do is pay for the taxes on the new iPhone, and you have to get Apple Care. And so usually Apple Care for the entire year is about $200. The tax depends on which phone you get, but for me, I always get the larger phone, so the Pro Max. It's usually around between $100 and about $130. After that, all you do is pay month to month. So Apple takes the cost of the iPhone minus the tax and divides that up into 24 different months or 2 years, and you pay month to month depending on which phone you get. So for me, I usually get the larger phone that costs about $1,200 outright, and after taxes and everything, my month to month payment is usually between $50 and $54. So after you make 12 payments or a full year's payments, you're able to trade that phone in for the brand new iPhone. Now, I started doing this program about 2 years ago because I wanted to get the brand new iPhone, and I also wanted to make YouTube videos about the brand new iPhone. So I could not afford to just keep buying new iPhones, so I thought it was a good idea to sign up for this program. And Apple is partnered with Barclays for this program, so you do have to apply for a loan, and this does require a credit check, and once you are approved, that is a loan on your credit history. Now, if you're trying to build credit, this can be a great thing, and the payments are interest-free, so you're not really getting like an official loan or credit card that has super high interest rates. However, you still are doing month-to-month payments and not actually purchasing a phone. So you do not technically own that phone until you do all of your 24 months of payments. Of course, you can pay the phone off early, but the whole purpose of this program is to be able to basically every year just trade your phone in for the brand new iPhone. Okay, so a couple of reasons why I don't think this is the best option. First thing is you do have to get your credit checked, and this is a loan on your credit. Now, if you're trying to build credit history and you maybe don't have a lot, this can be a positive. But for me, I already have credit card debt and a ton of student loans. I also, at the time when I first did this program, and actually until recently, had 2 other personal loans under my name. So I definitely did not need to apply for this Barclays Apple iPhone loan in order to keep up with the Joneses and get a new iPhone. So for me personally, getting another credit check and adding on another loan, even though it's only about $1,200, was really not the best option. So kind of think about your credit history and what you really need, if it's worth it to have a whole nother inquiry. So I'm not a financial channel, but if you guys know too many credit checks or too many inquiries back to back is not good, and your credit score can actually decrease. The second reason why I don't think this is the best option is because you do not own the phone. You're essentially leasing out a phone, similar to how you would lease out a car. And let me just give you guys a quick story time of how this completely screwed me over. So like I mentioned, I've been doing this program for about 2 years. I think I began with the iPhone 10, and then I upgraded to the 11, and then recently, a couple months ago, I upgraded to the 12 Pro Max. And so I have always had a great experience with this program and have never had any problems. Now, in March of this year, for my spring break, I am a teacher, I went to Miami for my birthday, and before you guys say anything, I'm vaccinated. I was as safe as possible. But anyways, I went to Miami. I had the best time ever. I rode jet skis, went to the beach, had amazing Cuban food, and it was just a great experience. I love taking pictures and videos, and so of course I had my camera gear, but I was doing so much on my phone, taking cute boomerangs for Instagram, all that stuff. So on the very last day that I am in Miami, I was very clumsy and ended up dropping my phone, my almost brand new iPhone 11 12 Pro Max, into the very bottom of the Miami Bay Harbor. So that was like the area where boats park, and we had just got done riding jet skis, had an amazing time. I was stepping off the boat with my phone like in my hand or under my arm or something, and it slipped and fell to the bottom. I was in shock and kind of in disbelief that I had just dropped my phone. Now, I have dropped my phone lots of places, on concrete, downstairs, on the beach, everywhere, but never in the bottom of a harbor. I was panicking and I debated actually diving to the bottom to try to fish out my phone, but I kind of thought about it and I just was not willing to do that. I didn't know how deep it was. The water was dark. It was very dirty. This is where boats park and dock, and so I just had to take my L and accept the fact that I lost my phone. Now, like I mentioned, I did not own that phone because I purchased that phone as the iPhone upgrade program. And so long story short, I am still making payments on that phone because I do not own it, and I still owed about $900 on that phone because I had just upgraded a couple of months ago. I had to go to the store and buy a whole new iPhone, which I did not have money for. So I'm still paying for the iPhone that is somewhere at the bottom of the Miami Bay, and I also had to outright buy a whole new phone on a credit card because I just did not have money to do that. So I am definitely hurting from that mistake, and had I owned the phone, yes, I still would have been very upset and like distraught that I dropped my phone, but I would have just had to accept that and move on and get a different phone. Now I'm basically paying for two iPhones, one of which I do not have, and so not owning a phone definitely can be a downfall. Now, the odds of you doing something like that is so small, but you can break your phone. There's so many things that can happen to it, and the fact that you don't own it is just really financially already going to put you under. Now, I did mention that when you do this program, you are required to get Apple Care, but there are two different versions of Apple Care, guys. One version covers things like if you have a cracked screen or like small issues like that. The other version, that's slightly more expensive, covers theft and loss. I did not purchase the theft and loss version with my iPhone upgrade program, so I had no way to recover that lost phone financially or anything like that. So the other and last third reason why I don't think this program is the best option is because financially, when you crunch the numbers, it just doesn't make sense. So I'm just going to kind of roughly sketch out the amount you would spend doing this program versus if you just bought the phone and then, let's say, later wanting to upgrade to a newer phone. Okay, so for me during the program, my monthly payments were always about $50 to $54. Whenever I first bought the phone, the tax, I want to say, was around $120, and then for Apple Care, the cheaper version was about $200 for the whole year. So let's just do $54 of my monthly payments times 12 months, so you have to make at least 12 months of payments to upgrade, is $648, and then tack on however much it costs for tax, so usually around maybe, I want to say, like $120. So that's $768 you spend, and you don't even ever own the phone. So you make all those payments for a year, and then you trade it in and buy a new phone, which you have to buy the tax on and then have a whole new loan taken out. And so $768 for a phone that you do not even own, and that is if you would upgrade in a year whenever the new iPhone comes out. So now let's say you don't do the program and just outright buy the iPhone. So for a phone like the 12 Pro Max, let me actually look up how much it costs right now. I want to say it's around $1,200. Okay, so right now the iPhone 12 Pro Max is $1,099 or $1,100. So you outright buy the iPhone, which let's just throw in some tax and say it's about $1,200, and then you also can purchase month-to-month Apple Care. So I began doing the $14 a month Apple Care that covers theft and loss. So we have $1,200 for our phone, and then let's do $14 a month times 12 months for the Apple Care, $168 plus our $1,200. Okay, so over the course of a year on your brand new iPhone, you have spent about $1,368. Now, a year passes by, the iPhone 13 Pro Max comes out, and you want to buy that. Let's see how much you can sell your iPhone 12 Pro Max for, which right now, let's look at how much you could sell the 11 Pro Max for. So if you trade into Apple right now for an 11 Pro Max, they'll only give you $515, which is not a lot, but I bet if I look on eBay or Facebook Marketplace, if your phone is in good condition, you can get a lot more for it. Okay, so for the lowest storage for the 11 Pro, 64 gigabytes, they're going for between $560 to about $770, so it depends on the condition and the storage capacity. But let's just average out and say you get $650. Let's say $600 just to be generous. So $1,368 minus you get your $600 back is you spent $768. Okay guys, so complete transparency, I thought that once I crunched the numbers, it would be cheaper to buy the iPhone outright versus doing the program. But my numbers just came out to be exactly equal for the 1 year time span. I also saw some selling for $700 to $900, so again, it depends on a lot of different factors. So in conclusion, if it is the same dollar amount, but you are actually owning the phone, and so in 1 year you can choose to do what you want with it. Also, if unfortunately you happen to lose it or something bad happens, you own that phone and you don't have to pay that phone off or keep making payments because you already paid for it. So I just think all in all, it is a better decision to just buy the phone outright. If you cannot afford the phone and you have to resort to monthly payments, which I've been doing for the past couple of years, and you probably don't need that phone at that moment. So I would say save up enough money until you're able to get that phone, because I just don't think that leasing a phone or paying month to month is going to be the best decision. After my Miami experience and having to completely outright buy a new phone, I'm definitely never going to do that upgrade program anymore. I'm just going to straight up buy the iPhones, and then once I get a new one, I can give this to my sister, my mom, a family member, or sell it and get my money back. So that is just my opinion on why I think it's better to buy the iPhone than do the program. I also think that you guys should always purchase Apple Care because you never know what's going to happen. So for $14 a month, Apple will cover if you crack your screen, the back of the screen, if you lose your phone. I think you're able to lose your phone twice a year and have it replaced. Of course, there is a fee, which I will look up. I want to say it's about $200, but of course paying $200 to have a phone replaced versus paying $1,200 for a whole new one is definitely a lot safer bet. But that is the end of this video. If you guys have any questions, comment down below. Let me know if any of you guys do the iPhone upgrade program, or do you just prefer to straight out buy your iPhones. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give me a thumbs up down below. It really helps out my channel. It helps more people see my videos. I know that I've been inconsistent, but I am going to start posting more videos. I have so many ideas coming for you guys, so be sure to subscribe down below, and I will catch you in my next video. Bye, y'all.